Hey, it's Brent from the Crypto Basic Podcast. Thanks for finding your way to our YouTube channel. What follows here is a clip from our Friday flagship episode. And what that is it's an episode that covers the news and goings on of the week. And we've kind of broken that down into individual segments now when we throw it up on YouTube. So if you like what you see, you can listen to the full episode wherever you get your podcasts. And the link is in the description below. And if you like the video format, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel and like the video. We would appreciate it.
All right, Kareem. Bullish or bullshit? Researching the deepest corners of the ocean.
Bullish on science. This is a off-topic storyline that I just wanted to throw in here. I thought it was cool. You know, we've done a few like these throughout the year. All right, so it turns out, guys, I'm sure you've heard this before, that in many ways we know more about outer space than we do about the depth of the oceans because it's actually so much harder to travel there. So there is a submarine mission called 5 Deeps, and their goal is to go explore each
Not to be confused with the Pornhub video, 5 DPs.
Thanks, Brent. Thanks for yielding your expertise as usual. Anyway, so they want to go map the bottom of the ocean floors, and they make some interesting points. So this entire expedition is bankrolled by a super rich billionaire, which seems to be a theme. And again, that's one of those things that I'm like semi like,
Is he Japanese?
No, this guy, his name is Victor Vescovo. He invested in this $48 million submarine called the Triton 36,000. Now we're going to get a little bit more into the Triton 36,000, but real quick, they did a cool comparison and they said, imagine going on a mission so far from humanity that any message you send takes 7 seconds to be heard. And as a reference point, when we were communicating with the Apollo mission, that took 2.5 seconds to communicate.
Damn!
So the submarine is a 2-seater. He's going to initially go by himself, but it's basically this millionaire or billionaire, Victor Vescovo, and a scientist.
Wait, he's going to go?
So this guy's thing is he apparently went to a bunch of the peak of mountains too. And he's a
thrill seeker, man.
He's going down himself. He's an adventurer. That's what he does with his money. So cool for him.
Wow.
What a baller.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, it's a 2-seater, but he's like on the first couple of missions, he's going solo. He's like, yeah, I'll let the scientists join me a little later.
Well, I mean, in a lot of ways, like, there's a lot of ways this mission could fuck up. And honestly, if you want to, you don't necessarily want to kill 2 people if one person's definitely going to die.
Mike, they definitely go into the fact that they're going to be so deep that rescue missions are basically impossible. Look at this quote. It gives you an idea. Even though hundreds of people have been in space, and we've had, I think, close to a dozen people, maybe more, that actually walked on the moon, we have 4 of the oceans have never even had a human being go to the bottom. And in fact, we don't even know with great certainty where the bottom is for 4 of them. So
yeah, I read that we were like 1,000 meters off by one of them, that they actually reached the bottom. From where we thought. That's a lot.
Yeah, it was actually higher up than we thought. So the goal here is to go in this newly constructed submarine. Now the pressure once they get down there is 800 times as much as we have here at surface level. So there's a few cool things about the submarine that are kind of amazing. Number one, it actually slightly changes shape as they go deeper and deeper so that it can deal with the pressure better. So it takes 3 hours.
So it's like Elon Musk's tunnels he was talking about in LA, how they shape and form around the earthquake shaking or whatever.
The Hyperloop, I didn't know that, but that sounds
Yeah, he mentioned that in the Rogan video. That's like part of that, the tunnel system under LA. It was a really interesting conversation.
Dude, new materials, right, that have the ability to be a little more flexible. Now, the submarine is made of titanium. This guy's an ex-pilot, and he said, I trust titanium, not glass. And then the last cool kind of science fiction-y thing about the submarine is precisely because we're going so deep and precisely because they're going to be in like canyons and trenches, every single part of the sub, down to like a very bare minimum, is ejectable. So if anything gets like caught in stones or whatever, whatever that part of the submarine is, it could just detach and it could do like into an emergency mode where finally there's almost like nothing left and he would be going back up in like a very small portion of it.
Like a crab.
Like a crab.
Like crabs will rip off their claws if they like get stuck in a spot where they can't like they're gonna be killed. Sure. They'll rip that shit right off and get out of there.
Like a crab then. Anyway, so the expeditions begin in December. They're going to start off in the deepest part of the Atlantic, which is in Puerto Rico. It's the Puerto Rico Trench. And then ultimately they're going to go to the Mariana Trench, the deepest point that we have. As a reference point, the Mariana Trench is deeper than Everest is high at its peak.
That's the James Cameron one.
Yep. So anyway, cool story. Hooray for science. Bullish on science. Let's map the world.
I'm
and
so
not
fascinated.
Accidentally unleash the kaiju.
Right. I mean, obviously, I don't believe there's any like crazy demons underneath the water, but like there's certainly going to be many species that we've never seen or heard of, or just incredible life.
Yeah, they actually talked about that they expect most life to be scared off by the submarine because it's so dark and everything like that down there. So it's going to be primarily, they're going to map the seafloor with like advanced 3D mapping technology. And then whatever animals don't get scared, they are bringing special equipment so that they can sample them, study them, all that stuff. So it will be pretty exciting. You know, and who knows, nowadays it might even be like streamed live or something. I don't know. They didn't talk about it.
Hey, it's Brent again. Remember me from the beginning of the episode? I'm here to remind you that the Crypto Basic Podcast are not financial advisors. We're in fact idiots, and everything we are doing here is for your entertainment only. All investments have inherent risk. Please